Alrighty. Welcome everyone. Welcome. Soldier, I got you. You can take all the time you need. But yeah, it's time for some more Fruit of Grisaia. So let's just jump right in, gamers. All right. Wait, no, wrong thing. Oh yeah, we left off on this. Unintentionally hilarious. Several days after the cold incident in the dormitory, once again, I encounter Michiru drinking something sour in the lobby. From the way she's writhing in agony, she doesn't seem to have gotten used to it in the least. Why are you so caught up on drinking sour things? You don't seem to enjoy them. Do you enjoy making yourself miserable? If this is just one facet of a deeper masochistic fetish, I'll have to demonstrate a certain level of acceptance and understanding. Oh god. I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna need a source on that. What? Who published a thesis like that? Rare W, Yuji. Rare W. I like to think I have a basic familiarity with the benefits of vitamins, at least. Vitamin C's effects are so famous that I'm actually surprised to hear anyone was still researching it. Sardines? The head of tuna? Sardines, tuna, and a positive effect on the intellect. I think I get it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Unfortunately, judging from the way she's confusing vitamin Z with DHA, that's probably not going to happen anytime soon. But to explain her mistake here and now would be too cruel. I'm sure she'll naturally discover the truth herself someday. Someday. Well, you may not be capable of teaching me much at the moment, but I'm counting on you to help me out if I get sick. Don't worry about it. You just keep the vitamin C intake and regular sleep patterns for everyone's sake. Spitting out a venerable tsundere stock phrase as her parting shot, Michiru stalks off. I don't stick labels on people prematurely. But regarding the girl named Matsushima Michiru, in consideration of various events up to and including the current case, I have arrived at a certain conclusion. This girl is in fact an idiot. Sorry about that. Probably because I've been living in a world where maintaining a decidedly realist perspective is a matter of necessity, I've never felt any interest in the paranormal or occult phenomena. Such stories are often frauds created to prey on the weakness of human nature, and more fundamentally, I've never found any meaning in the idea of the supernatural. But in my workplace, where human lives are frequently given and taken, these sorts of rumors aren't uncommon. Even a disinterested party like me has absorbed more stories than I can count on both hands.
トンネルに近づいた人ってその後どうなったわけ？
When he got back, he went delirious with fever. His limbs grew numb and eventually totally immobile. When a doctor examined him, they couldn't find any cause for his condition. They threw in the towel and left him to rot in the bed.
マジもんじゃないのよさ、それ。風見さんが言うと、どこまでもリアルに聞こえますね。どうせユージが怖がらせようとして嘘の設定を後付けしてんでしょ。実際は何事もなくピンピンしてて今でも連絡取ってるとかそういう。
No, that's what really happened, and he died a month later.
いや、嘘、テンプレでいいって、嘘って言ってよ、嘘って。
I don't tell lies, even white lies. He's dead. Left me a little something in his will.
いやーチルチルは怖がってるのか喜んでるのかわかんねえ反応なのよさ。
Me either.
みちる様はびっくり箱のようですね。まさに文字通り。
Compared to the reasonably calm Sachi and Makina, Michiru is in a state of serious terror.
救いないわ、一切。
Amane's expression is also strangely cramped from the way her Kansai accent is leaking out. I'd say she's not quite unaffected herself.
やっぱり呪いとかそういうのが関係しているのでしょうか。
Don't know. He wasn't that healthy to start out with, so there's a good chance he just picked up some illness that killed him.
でも、お医者さんが見ても何もわからなかったんでしょ。
Yeah.
ああ、もうだから怖いってそういうの。持病あるとか、そういや半年ぐらい前から咳してたとか、そういうソースないのねえ。
Nope. Michiru clamps her hands over her ears and thrashes around, moaning like a wild animal. Though the course of her evolution seems to have reached a new stage, this isn't the time to study that hypothesis. Were you that scared? Sorry.
違うわよ。怖くなんかないわよ。びっくりしたのよ。怖いのよ。みちる様、落ち着いてください。結論が時計の針のごとく元通りに。
And this is why Sachi's best girl.
だってマジじゃんこいつ。普通は気を使ってもうちょい緩い話にするのに、容赦一切なしで優しさかけらもないし。まあいいじゃないか。チルチルがここで恐怖のあまり失禁したとしても、みんな何事もなかったかのように振る舞う優しさは用意しているのよさ。
God almighty, Makina.
失禁しねえよ。あとそれ優しさじゃないから、残酷だから構え。
Understood. If and when Michiru pisses herself, I promise to pay close attention.
すんなよ。
That was kind of creepy though, Yuji, I'm not gonna lie. Like, just the way you phrased that. At any rate, my story's over, so let's stop for now. There are 5 candles in front of us. I blow out the flames on the last one that's still burning.
はい、お疲れ様でした、皆様。
Sachi turns on the lights and begins to clean up the candles. After dinner, for some reason, we all ended up telling scary stories in the lobby. It was a standard campfire-style ghost stories round, with everyone having a try at frightening the rest. Maybe the lukewarm summer night made for a good atmosphere, as everybody got into it.
なんだかんだ言って最後のユージ君のが一番怖かったわ。風見さんの話は虚飾がない分だけ本物っぽく聞こえましたしね。
Well, it's not fiction.
ちょっとやめてよ。最後は嘘でしたで終わっておくのがせめてもの優しさってもんでしょ。
If I told you it was just a story now, would you believe me?
信じるわよ。 ちゃんと言うなら信じるから。
Alright, got it. That story about the tunnel was all a lie. Also, my coworker's alive and kicking.
え、あ、やっぱ無理、信じられないわよ。なんとかしてよ、洗脳してよ、そういう機械持ってきてよ。
God almighty. I think they'd give up after a few minutes with your brain. Oh my god. Ignoring Michiru's hysterics, everyone starts to head back to their rooms. At this point, I realize something's been a bit odd about tonight. Come to think of it, I haven't seen Sakaki. The others pause at my words, then turn back around with thoughtful expressions on their faces.
そういや、今日は見かけなかったわね。さっちゃん見た？いえ、今日は学校では見かけましたが、寮では見た記憶がありません。
私はちらっと見たけど、すぐに部屋へ引っ込んじゃったから、その後はわかんないのよさ。
Maybe she didn't want to deal with this in a group? Given Sakaki's personality, I can't imagine her voluntarily participating in this sort of social event. My guess would be that she just shut herself up in her room since she couldn't avoid running into our gathering if she went downstairs.
いや、あの子って別にそこまでこういうイベント嫌いじゃないわよ。
Really?
まあ積極的に参加してるかというとそうでもないけどね。でも参加しておかなきゃって意志みたいなのはあると思う。
Amane nods at Michiru's words.
そうね。普段みんながここで集まってる時もあそこに背中くっつけて立ったままで話聞いてたりするもんね。
She points to a pillar on the edge of the lobby in the hallway.
はい。だから今日この場にいないことは比較的異変のように感じます。
I see.
ユミちゃんはわかりやすいテンプレみたいなクーデレだから照れてんのよさ。お兄ちゃんがちょっとスケベ心出して突っ込んだら、だってそんな恥ずかしいじゃないって速攻落ちるに決まってるのよさ。
God almighty.
はい。それぐらいの対応はあってしかるべきではないかと思います。榊さんは精巧なロボットのように的確なクーデレぶりを常時発揮されますし、今回の一件もそれに起因するものであるのはもはや明白であると思われます。私なんか今すごく由美子に同情しちゃったわ。
同情？なんで？ひょっとしてチルチルもわかりやすい属性持ち同士、その辺は分かり合える部分があるとか、そういうの？同族意識？チームプレイ？なあ、顔背けてねえで言うのよさ。
うっせえ！あんたのそういう必要ないじりに同情するって言ってんでしょうが。大きな声を出さないでください、みちる様。急に大声を出すとお体に触ります。私は無抵抗に生きるみちる様が心配でなりません。
Fucking toasted, bro.
サチもなんかなそういうの。
As I watch Machina, whose abusive tongue and nasty personality are growing more pronounced, Sachi, whose cyborg-like reactions are growing more dramatic, and Michiru, who's growing more victimized by the day, I find myself growing a little curious about Sakaki's way of life. Come to think of it, since that box cutter incident was resolved a few days ago, I don't remember exchanging anything but very basic communications with her. I don't intend to pry too deeply, but for the sake of a smooth school life from this point on, it might be a good idea to learn a little more about her. Hey, there's something I want to ask you guys. Do you have a few minutes?
気のせいかしら。
危なかったのよさ。
はい、さすがに勘が鋭いですね、榊さんは。
When you're being followed by this many people, of course you're going to notice. Yesterday evening, I tried lightly asking the others about Sakaki's daily life and habits. But the answers I received in return provided much flimsier information than I had expected. The one thing we know about Sakaki Yumiko is that she doesn't let people see much about herself, much less her private life. Our only real glimpse of her thoughts are hints from her gestures and body language. In short, Sakaki's lifestyle is a vaguely defined mystery even to the people she's been living with. Without an active effort at observation, things are likely to stay that way. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Was trying to build a throwaway deck so my tins could be even, and then my friend was asking about if he could come. Oh, no problem, soldier. Is your friend gonna come over?
だからこそユミちゃんの生態を調査するのよ。
Tell your friend the greatness of Dat Mochi Boy, the amazing streamer that totally has a consistent schedule. Totally doesn't just stream whenever he feels like it. Probably 80% out of idle curiosity, Makina and Sachi ended up volunteering to cooperate with my investigation. That cooperation has taken the form of an incredibly sloppy tailing operation that was nearly given away in a matter of seconds. To be honest, they're nothing but a burden. Makina in particular. Yeah, this Saturday. Nice. Oh, soldier. Also, check this shiz out. Hold on, give me a second. There we go. Nah, nice. Yeah, I made some custom commands. I asked the wrong people.
どうかしたのよ。
No, forget it. If things get bad, it's every man for himself. Putting aside any reflection on the basic question of why we're doing this for later, we continue our investigation of the highly mysterious Sakaki. No. I'm not nice enough.
棒のように足がなって疲れたのよ。
Lying limply on her side of the sofa in the lobby, Makina mumbles a few grammatically scrambled words of complaint.
結局何一つ分かりませんでしたね。
Sachi flops down next to me, heaving a tired sigh herself. Well, her guard was even tighter than anticipated. After spending an entire day following Sakaki's every movement outside of class, we gained absolutely no new information. Great. During her free period, she reads books in absorbed silence. Her pace in school was always steady and regular, without any suspicious hasty movements.
人間味が感じられなかったのよさ。ロボットっぽいというか、無機質な感じがしたのよ。
That's gotta be it. Just as Makina says, Sakaki's behavior was reminiscent of a machine.
はい、あれではまるでサイボーグのように思います。
The Arceus will shine. I guarantee it. Tonight. This is a Mochi guarantee seal of approval. It's gonna shine. You're one to well, whatever. You're not wrong. But I don't think I can be satisfied with this. From what I heard yesterday, Sakaki doesn't dislike being in a group with the others. Even if she doesn't participate in the conversation, the way she's constantly lingering at the edge is easily comprehensible from the perspective of human psychology. Psychology, not psychology. That doesn't fit with her machine-like actions in the daytime. In the first place, does she ever let her emotions show on her face? Apart from the hostility Sakaki showed me at first, I haven't seen any evidence of an emotional reaction from her.
そういえば 喜怒哀楽とはちょっと違うのですが。
Sachi raises her hand and speaks somewhat hesitantly.
榊さんがびっくりしているところを見たことならあります。
You're gonna like this, soldier. I don't know if Yumiko's your favorite character so far or not, but I know you was excited for her, so. Startled? Sakaki? It doesn't seem like she'd bat an eyelid, even if the dorm exploded under her. What kind of surprise got a reaction out of her? In response to my question, Sachi continues in a slightly hushed tone.
榊さんにはかなり不本意な話だと思うのですが、そのカップ焼きそばをですね。
Instant yakisoba?
はい、おヤングのソース焼きそばです。湯切り楽々ホールが標準搭載、熱湯3分。
Not interested in the brand name or product features. What does it have to do with Sakaki?
カップ焼きそばって湯切りをするじゃないですか。お湯を捨てた時にシンクが熱湯に反応してボンって音を立てるのわかります？
True. It'll make a sound if you dump it all at once.
はい、それで同じことを榊さんがして、
Oh.
焼きそばが仕方ない。榊さん、これそのまま。で、私は後片付けをして帰ってきました。
That's always funny. Oh, Sakaki did that. With that cool and calm appearance, you'd never think she'd be startled by something as small as that. In reality, she must have a pretty low tolerance for sudden scares. I kind of want to see that side of Sakaki. But I'm not particularly likely to run into her at the exact moment she's draining her instant noodles. And given Sakaki's personality, I doubt she'll make the same mistake twice anyway. Rip. Yeah, it's a major rip. Although I wouldn't mind seeing her cautiously filling the sink, preparing a strainer, intensely draining the hot water either.
いいなそれ。私も見てみたいのよさ。
Unfortunately, I doubt she'll do that twice.
それは湯切りの話でしょ。別の方法だったらいいのよ。
What? Makina lightly jumps off the couch, floating a diabolical grin.
ユミちゃんを待ち伏せして驚かしてやればいいのよさ。
What are you saying?
面白そうだけど、榊さんをひどく怒らせることになるんじゃないのかな。
Just as Sachi says, when you consider the aftermath, trying a stunt like that on Sakaki seems like a very dangerous plan.
私だけでやるから大丈夫なのよ。バレないようにやるから平気なのよさ。
But Makina's malicious curiosity seems to outweigh her wariness of the risk.
さっち、そろそろ帰ってくる。
はい、あと2分ほどで玄関に到着します。
Intelligence arrives from our detached unit, namely Sachi.
これであとはターゲットが近づくのを待つだけなのよさ。
You know, Soldier, I'm curious. I know you're probably not too invested since you're shiny hunting, but do you have a favorite character so far, or you just kind of vibing? Is this really going to work?
万全なのよさ。お兄ちゃんはそこで高みの見物を決め込んでおけばいいのよ。
Just as Makina says, I'm hidden near the hallway, observing the scene.
ユミコが驚くこととか本当にあるのかしら。
ってなんでチルチルもいるの？
いいでしょ、気になるから来ただけよ。
I like Makina and Yumiko. Oh, I didn't know you liked Makina before. Oh, is it the Makina's just an enjoyable character. She's freaking hilarious. Sakaki climbs her way up the stairs, approaching the second floor hallway. In that instant, Makina calls out instructions into her cell phone. At Makina's signal, Sachi cuts the breaker to the hallway from the other end of the phone call. Sakaki is taken aback for a brief moment. But her voice quickly regains its usual steadiness. Once again, her footsteps ring out in a regular rhythm.
おそらくターゲットはそのビビリの性格ゆえに停電で真っ暗闇になった今はきっと神経を張り巡らせているはず。
Yeah, shiny hunting for me is pretty mindless, so I have been paying attention from time to time. Oh, nice. I hope you're enjoying it so far. And my voice acting isn't too cringy for you. Right as Sakaki approaches the door to her room, Makina presses the switch in her hand.
Nani?
Sakaki twirls around at the odd noise, but finds nothing more than a flower pot sitting demurely on a nearby shelf. In the unremarkable earthenware pot, there's nothing but a small decorative plant. Sakaki sighs in relief after discovering the innocuous origin of the strange sound. But she hasn't taken her eyes off the houseplant yet.
でもそれゆえに一度安心すると普段以上に緊張が緩むのよさ。
As Makina whispers these words, she presses the switch a second time. Just then, the perfectly normal houseplant abruptly splits in two down the middle. From its depths, an object resembling a giant eyeball emerges. Although it might be different under the bright lighting, seeing this thing pop out at you in the dark must be something of a shock. As expected, Sakaki freezes dead on the spot, her eyes and mouth wide open. Something that might be an attempt at speech and might be a simple gasp leaks out of her mouth. It isn't cringy, just sounds about the same when you are talking normally. Ah, I gotcha. After a moment, she draws in a great breath of air. God. And in a loud voice that I never could have imagined emerging from Sakaki's mouth, she screams. The sound echoes throughout the dorm. It's not just that she's loud. Unlike her normal low, vaguely threatening tone, Sakaki's voice right now is remarkably girly. Oh. Although I feel a little sorry for Sakaki as she trembles in terror, this is a truly interesting spectacle.
ユミちゃんマジ驚きじゃない。どれどれ、どんな顔してる？エッチな顔とかしちゃってる？
Is it lewd?
あんた鬼だわ、本当に。
ちょっとチルチル、もうちょっと見せてよ。ここだとあんまし見えない。
あ、ちょっと押さないでよ、マキナ。
Losing their balance, Makina and Michiru tumble from their hiding position, landing in front of Sakaki. At this point, Sakaki finally grasps the nature of the situation.
由美子、どうしたの？停電しちゃったみたいね。
急な停電だったからびっくりしたのよさ。
Just then, Sachi returns with exquisitely bad timing.
やりましたね。お見事です。作戦は大成功。
After adding some exquisitely unhelpful lines, she clamps her mouth shut. Yumiko looks around the faces of everybody on the scene and then glances down at herself.
どういうことかしら。
The tone of her voice has completely returned to normal.
いや、これはね、ちょっと理由があって。
チルチルがやろうって言ったんだよ。
This shit's too funny. I agree, soldier.
おま、濡れ
チルチルも楽しんでたんだから同罪だよ。粛々と無所暮らしするがいいのよさ。
だったらあんたも罪を償えよ。私一人悪者でしょ、今の言い方。
そう。何が目的かわからないけど、あなたたちが仕組んでいたのね。報復は覚悟の上ということでいいのね。落ち着いてください、榊さん。
ユミちゃんが怒った
なんで私の方めがけて追っかけてくる。ちょっといや
As the Perceptors scatter around the dorm, Sakaki tracks down Michiru. There's murder in her eyes. She's waving her box cutter around like the incarnation of wrath. Where did the person who let out that cute scream go? Don't think she's going to calm down anytime soon. Turning my back on the violent turmoil taking place on the upper floors, I head downstairs by myself. Yuji said, I'm out. He said, I'm getting out of here. Yo, you're up early.
誰かさんに下劣なドッキリを仕掛けられないよう早めに学校へ行くことにしたのよ。
After that, Sakaki caught the criminals and beat the details out of them as they groveled in penance before her. As a related party myself, I was called before her to receive my own interrogation. In the end, she heaved a truly exasperated sigh, and without any particular retaliation, returned to her room with heavy footsteps. Good idea. Don't know about Sachi, but Makina and Michiru are probably still asleep. Sorry. Sakaki reaches her hand into the pocket, presumably containing her box cutter, glaring reproachfully at me. I can't read. I raise my hands dramatically over my head in an attempt to demonstrate my lack of hostile intent. In response, Sakaki deeply sighs, passes by my side, and strides off quickly in the direction of the school building. So, mind if I ask you something?
これ以上私に何の恥をかかせる気なの？
As I follow a few steps behind her, Sakaki answers my question with her own, her voice hard with an attempt at intimidation. I'm not looking to tease you or look down on you. It really is just a question.
分かったわ。じゃあ手短に言ってちょうだい。
Did you know everybody had a late night gathering in the lobby 2 days ago?
そうみたいね。
So she was aware of it after all. If you knew about it, why didn't you join in? From what the others told me, you don't particularly dislike that sort of event. If me being there made it awkward to join in, could you say why? I need to know before I can try to correct my behavior. I'm clearly an alien existence in this school, much less the dorm. I don't intend to trample on the native people's territorial rights or the dignity of their culture. Not that I plan to be particularly submissive either, but still. As much as possible, I'd like to aim for peaceful coexistence, meaning I need to understand the boundaries I shouldn't cross. For that reason, I want to know why Sakaki had absented herself the other day. Especially if it's connected with me in some way.
別にあなたに直してほしいところがあるわけじゃないわ。
Okay, in that case, why? In response to my question, she hesitates for a moment. Rather than being uncomfortable about speaking her feelings to me, I get the sense that she's reluctant to admit the truth to herself. After a silence of about 20 seconds, Sakaki finally speaks.
私、怖い話とか嫌いなのよ。
Aww. She's a scaredy cat. Truly unexpected words. What did you say just now?
そんなに意外そうな顔を向けないでくれる？
Apparently my face is easy to read as Sakaki reproaches me with a resentful expression.
あなたの言う通り、別にあそこに集まったりするのが嫌なわけじゃない。けど、いいでしょ？人には苦手なものだってあるんだから。
Judging from the way she got scared by the sound of a sink denting and the dramatic success of the prank yesterday, I did gather that she was your standard scaredy cat, but it just feels weird hearing her actually come out and admit it. Yeah, nothing wrong with that, it just seems really out of character.
あなたに直してほしいところが一つできたわ。
What?
その無神経さよ。少しは人に気を使ったらどうなの？
After Sakaki speaks those words, she makes a beeline toward the school building, without stopping or looking back again. From her dignified bearing, there's not the slightest hint of the person who streaked at that prank. I guess I should just leave this alone from now on. As the first step toward mending my apparent insensitivity, I decide to refrain from teasing her further. At any rate, through this incident, I've discovered that even this stone-faced cutter woman has her cute side. Soldier figured that out before the game even started. Am I right? Am I right? Imprinting. Newborn chicks identify the first thing they see as their parent. The term refers to this sort of rapidly formed durable conviction. Today, almost anyone you ask will have heard something about the phenomenon, but bro, Switch don't tell me. Fewer know that imprinting isn't limited to the animal kingdom, but also occurs among humans, even average female students. This particular discovery is the product of my own recent experience.
風見さん、こんばんは。
Yeah. When I leave my room, I find Sachi heading toward the second floor with a deck brush and bucket. I gotta play Kirby in the Forgotten Land tomorrow. Ooh, nice. Are you gonna stream it? Is this a set cleaning time for... Is this a set cleaning time for the dorm?
いえ、そういう決まりはありませんよ。
Then why are you carrying a bucket and deck brush?
それはこれから大浴場の掃除をしようと思ったからです。
If I remember correctly, you told me a contractor comes in to clean that bathroom.
はい、その通りなのですが、業者さんが私たちも毎日来られるわけではないので、日頃の手入れはお願いしますと言っていたので。
So you're cleaning it on your own initiative?
はい、時間があった時はみちる様やあまねさんも手伝ってくれるので、そんなに大変じゃないんです。
Maybe. I don't know if I can wait to play it till my usual stream time. Well, buddy, if you do stream it, I'll try to tune in. I'll try to at least lurk. I've not been busy really lately, so I'll probably at least lurk. I guess that's sort of a sort of class rep-esque, but more importantly, you intending to clean it in that outfit?
はい、なるべくメイド服でというのが皆さんからの希望なので。
When you can, huh? Considering the vagueness of those words, I'm a little concerned about how she's interpreting them. So, when you go out, what do you usually wear?
メイド服です。
How about when you're studying in your room?
メイド服です。
When you're in the bath?
すっぽんぽんです。
When you're sleeping?
メイド服です。
I get the picture. Basically, she's in a maid uniform pretty much every moment she's not in school. No wonder the principal said she wears them more often than not. But wearing a service uniform, even when you're sleeping, is a little... Wait, don't tell me you don't have any other clothes.
持っていますよ。
And I got to school didn't do much last week. Oh, I got you. So what? You just really enjoy wearing that uniform?
どうでしょう。最初はただ着ているという感覚だったのですが、よく見るとところどころにあしらわれたこのフリルも可愛いですし、今では往年来から愛用していたもののようにしっくりきています。
So basically, she likes the clothes themselves. In that case, Sachi, let me give you my opinion on your style.
はい。
Fundamentally, men are simple creatures. Rather than clothes with a narrow appeal like a maid uniform, we prefer a simple, straightforward, erotic look. Oh my god.
つまり、すっぽんぽんということでしょうか。
That's a bit extreme. Also, it takes time and effort to change the appearance of your body itself. Oh, I forgot. I got a test Tuesday. Man, this is why I want to drop out. I gotta go all the way across town for test for an hour. You gotta go all the way across town? Do they not do it at the school? Don't drop out, by the way. At least get your GED. Mochi approved message. Stay in school, kids.
ということは、下着。
Right. Wait, what? Right? For example, I'd imagine you're wearing modest underwear, appropriate for a student. But, what do you think would happen if you, the class rep, flashed everyone a peek at unexpectedly adult lingerie?
どうなりますか？
That momentary glimpse of your unpredictability would dramatically shift the way people perceive you.
なるほど。目から鱗です。
The scales have fallen from my eyes. In conclusion, underwear isn't something you hide. It's something you show off. Keep that in mind. Oh my god. Dude.
なるほど。下着は隠すものではなく、見せるものでもある。下着は隠すものではなく、見せるものでもある。
Yeah, I do online, so I gotta go to the building, but there's a building close to me, but they don't do testing there for some reason. Oh, I got you. Well, good luck on it, soldier. You sound like a smart guy, so I think you'll do good on it. Don't you worry. But if you go past the casual level with this, it'll backfire on you. Do it in moderation. Well, that should be common sense, but...
覚えました。
Alright, I think I've gotten my point across.
はい、わかりました。
With those words, Sachi headed to the second floor. At that time, I had forgotten something very important. At this school, there are students for whom common sense doesn't always apply. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, Yuji, ohayo.
Probably just speed run through it, then take a nap when I get home. Well, I mean, like, take it seriously, you know? Don't just... Like, if you know the answer, then, you know, answer it and stuff. Or Kirby in the Forgotten Land if I didn't beat it tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. When I entered the classroom, I exchanged greetings with Michiru, who is, as usual, the first to arrive. Next up, Sakaki arrives, taciturn as usual.
Minna, ohayo. Jambo!
What does that mean? The energetic Cicada sisters follow.
おはようございます。
And finally, Sachi in her underwear. Her underwear? The four others freeze up at the unexpected spectacle.
さっちゃん、とりあえずこれに着替えて。今はこのお願いが絶対最優先。
Oh my fucking god, I know, right? Coming to her senses, Amane grabs a maid uniform from Sachi's locker and throws it over to her. This went from a 0 to 100 real fast, I know, right?
はい、小峰幸着替えます。
前置きはいいから早く。
はい。
Oh my god.
着替え終わりました。
Once Sachi's on the spot, changing is complete. Amane sighs in relief.
ちょっとサチ、さっきの格好、どうしよう、わらつけてくるの忘れちゃったってどころの騒ぎじゃないわよ。
いえ、今日は下着を見せようと思って。
なんで？
Oh no.
下着は隠すものではなく、見せるものでもあると教えてもらったので。
Oh no, we're in trouble! Sachi's reply is a word-for-word repetition of my advice from yesterday. Although that's admirable in a way, it seems the warning I added at the end went in one ear and out the other. And these withering glances of scorn aren't exactly comfortable either. Sorry, but my proclivities are pretty normal. I'm not going to get off no matter how much you glare at me.
誰がそういうプレーだと言ったか。
Could have sworn.
この状況でどこをどう間違ったらそういう考えになるのか、こっちが聞きたいくらいよ。それに、そういうことを言って得する人間は今この学園に一人しかいないと思うんだけど。
じゃあ犯人はお兄ちゃん？
最低。
With the Mane's words, the other two turn their glances on me as well.
ねえユージくん、ちょっと聞きたいんだけど、もしかして昨日さっちゃんに何か言った？
I did tell Sachi that underwear is more popular among the male population compared to the maid uniform. I didn't mean to demand that she come to school wearing nothing else.
あんたにそういうつもりがなくても、サチがそう思ったら同じことなの。
So this works on the same theory as schoolyard bullying?
サチはアマネなんかと違って純粋な子なんだから。それどういう意味？ああ、ごめん、ただの例えってだけだから。例えならいいって問題でもないと思うんだけど。
あの二人に任せておくと話が進まないから代わりに言っておくけど、
Please.
小峰さんは融通が利かないというか、言い方は悪いけど頭にバカがつくほど真面目なのよ。
Yeah, that's a pretty good description. So much so that she'd hear wear a maid uniform when you can, and then nothing else from the next day on.
そうそう。ってなんであんたがそのこと知ってるのよ。
She told me herself the day I transferred in. Sachi confirms my words silently.
まあ今まで私たちに聞いてこなかったのが不思議なくらいだったしね。
上に同じく。
そういうわけでとにかくサチは純真なの。ピュアホワイトなのよ。ちょっと前十徳ナイフのことを説明した時にも言ったと思うけど、サチの前で軽はずみなことを言うと、こう誰かみたいに後で泣きを見る羽目になるんだから。
True. It's pretty lame the way she keeps calling you Michiru-sama.
人がわざとぼかして言ってるんだからはっきり言うな。
I thought she was indirectly asking for the follow-up, but it seems she actually thought she was being vague.
他にもメイド服のまま水泳の授業を受けようとしたり、
寮の屋上からロープを垂らして外壁の掃除をしようとしたこともあったわね。
Oh my god. She sounds unusually athletic for a class rep.
仕事を選ばないのがクラス委員ですから。
まあ普通のクラス委員は着衣水泳をやろうとしたりロープとかの真似事はしないと思うけどね。とにかくそういうわけだからいい加減なことをサチに吹き込まないように。
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind.
小峰さんも女の子なんだからもう少し慎みを持った方がいいと思うわよ。はい、その線引きが非常に難しいですけど頑張ります。
よし、じゃあユージのこともギャフンと言わせたことだし1時間目の準備でもするとしますかね。さっきのやりとりの中でそんな部分あったかな。
そこは言わないでおいてあげるのが優しさってもんなのよさ。
小峰さん意外に大人びた下着を持っているのね。
Apparently finished with their warnings and advice, everyone except Sachi returns to their respective seats.
すみません風見さん、私のせいで皆さんから怒られてしまって。
No, nothing to apologize for. I don't think I worded my advice that well, and I'm impressed by your willingness to put your body on the line.
ありがとうございます。
So this time, I think I'll teach you about how to casually emphasize your underwear.
そんな方法があるんですか？私また目から鱗がこぼれ落ちそうです。
Get the gold spray paint.
だからあんたたちは人の話を聞きなさいってば。
Oh, God. They say that for a parent bird, raising one chick to adulthood is the work of a lifetime. But for a transfer student, making friends with a classmate of the opposite sex is pretty rough in its own way. On dark nights, it's not uncommon to mistake foliage swaying in the wind for the movements of a sinister human form. If you're alert, you'll understand rationally that it's just an illusion, but your senses feed off that instinctive twinge of fear, transforming the rustling of leaves into the whispering of a demon. To the shrub or trees in question, this quirk of the human mind must be irritating. They mind their own business, spend their days earnestly assimilating carbon dioxide into ligneous tissue, and this is the thanks they get? But the plants don't get the worst of it. There's nothing quite as obnoxious as the way the people push misconceptions onto their animals. All too often, pets are treated more like receptacles for the selfish delusions of human beings than companions. What if every pet in the world suddenly gained the ability to speak? I'm sure their owners are dying to hear their thoughts, but sometimes ignorance is bliss. It's difficult enough to come to a real understanding between fellow humans. How much harder would that be when one party is an animal? Believing in the fantasy that our pets love us back must be more pleasant than facing that reality.
ちょっと帰りなさい。ここはダメなんだから。いや、
An erotic voice out of place in the peaceful sunshine. In the past, Japan relied heavily on row housing apartments with thin walls and noisy neighbors. Having sex in your own home could be surprisingly awkward. But as a result, inns aimed especially at couples sprung up, eventually developing into the famous love hotels, and modern housing circumstances usually allow for much greater privacy at home. In conclusion, having sex outdoors in this day and age is less likely an attempt at consideration towards your neighbors, and more likely an attempt at getting an additional thrill. We've got a pervert. Oh my god. Normally, I'm not in the habit of criticizing other people's fetishes, but screwing al fresco carries far higher risk than an amateur might expect. It's a highly unsanitary business. I don't have the slightest idea who might be fornicating here, but I should really tell them off for their own good. Hey, idiots! Did you at least put down a blanket? I'd been expecting a half-naked couple tangled together, so I'm surprised to find Matsushima Mitsuru all by yourself. I see. So you weren't a mere tsundere after all. You were, in fact, a sexually frustrated, perverted tsundere.
ちょっと変態ってどういうこと？
I'm actually relieved in a way. You may be twisted, but at least you found a path to follow. Keep at it.
笑顔で肩を掴んでこないでよ。だからなんなの？役ってどこが？首か？
No, your head seems to be on relatively straight today.
いつだって首は普通だっちゅうの。
Listen, I'm telling you that I have respect for your deviant spirit. You're a first-class pervert.
いきなり現れて人を変態扱いするなんて失礼じゃないの？
What else would you call someone who gets off outdoors without a thought for their surroundings?
え？自分で？何のこと？
Did I accidentally smoke something because this got weirder than the last 3 streams? I think you did smoke something because this has always been weird. but it's a great listen. It's great. That's all.
とにかく変態じゃないんだからね。ブワーカ。
It appears I may have misinterpreted the situation. Of course, there's a good possibility she's deceiving me out of sheer embarrassment, but I'm kind enough of a human being to sympathetically pretend otherwise. I see. Sorry. Well, either way, I'll pretend not to have seen this.
なんで見なかったことにするのよ。
Alright, let's say it was a rehearsal for a play in which you're attacked by a hoodlum. Your mouth keeps saying no, but your body keeps saying yes. Sound about right?
そんなことするわけないでしょ。
Okay, so your body keeps saying yes, but your mouth says no?
同じことじゃないの。襲われたら拒否するだけよ。受け入れるわけないでしょ。
What? Isn't a tsundere supposed to give in right away?
そんなわけないでしょ。どうすればそんなアクロバティックな解釈が出てくるのよ。
Well, I'd heard that a tsundere is a woman who says no when she means yes.
あんたっておっさんみたいなこと言うのね。女の子が嫌がってる時は大抵本当に嫌な時なのよ。 それを男の都合で解釈されたらたまんないわね。
Sorry, Yuji, but you're gonna have to take this L because Michiru just got a fat W. Remember, kids, no means no. Thank you. I see. The tsundere is more complex than I thought.
そうよ、難しいのよ。って言っても私はナチュラルボーンツンデレですから、そういうのもさらっとこなしちゃうけどね。
Piece of cake, huh?
さらっとよ。
Boom.
ボーン。
By the way, what's that black bushy thing you've got hidden there?
それしたのに。
Got rid of it. Look to your left. This time, Michiru seems to have misunderstood something, so I point to her side. There's some sort of black lump of hair, partially visible.
ああ、そうよ、そうなのよ。困ったのよ、この子ってばこんなところまでついてきちゃって。
Cat.
うふ、私のことが好きみたいなの。参っちゃうわね。
The lump of fur stretches grandly, revealing its identity. It was, in fact, a small black cat. The black cat coils around Michiru's legs, purring loudly, unlike your average rotund house cat. It's a bit scrawny, and its hair is dirty and shaggy. Did he really follow you? Looks more like you carried him here.
なんでそういうこと言うの？
Cats don't follow people around unless they're very used to human company. Cat! I can't imagine an animal that's careless enough to casually follow some random blonde around would survive long in the wild.
勝手についてきたのよ。本当だもん。
You bribe it with food?
してないもん。
In that case, maybe it followed you instinctively. Immaturity might be a factor.
ちょっと待ちなさいよ。誰が乳臭いって？
Sakaki.
榊か。それでこの子を元の場所に返さないとって思ってるの。寮で飼うわけにもいかないでしょ。協力してくれる？
No. Why do I have to play house with you? Do it yourself.
あんたさ、女の子には優しくしなさいって言われなかった？
Anybody? Like who? We need the cat as a main character. Cat time!
誰にって、誰かによ。誰にだっていいけどさ。わかった。私が言う。今あんたに言ってあげる。女の子には優しくしなさいよね。
No.
んだ、それはないでしょうね。
No. You can handle a single cat on your own. There's nothing for me to help with. If you were in serious trouble, I'd lend a hand. But you shouldn't rely on others for every little single thing.
あんたって冷たいのね。信じらんない。アンビリーバボらんない。
Baboon.
バボー。
Alright then. You put that thing back where you found it. Bye.
待ちなさいよ。せめてこうなんかないの？もうちょっとこう優しげなあれはないの？
You're really hopeless. Very well. In recognition of your empty head, loose morals, and general incompetence, I'll give you a hint.
ありがとう。
Are you aware that cats hate certain scents? Citrus in particular. If you have something like that, it'll drive them off in no time.
うん、それは知ってるけど、どうすればいいのやら。あ、私のシャンプー、クレープフルーツの香りなんだけど。
That's it! In other words, your twin tails are soaked with cat repellent. If you dangle them in front of that vile black feline, there's no doubt he'll flee. Alright, this mission is designated the Battle of the Bulge Cat Edition. Engage the enemy at once!
どうやって？猫憎くないけど。
As of this moment, I've designated that plastic ornament on the right side of your head, Alpha, and the plastic ornament on the left side, Bravo. First, get Alpha in front of the cat.
プラサグが
Shut up and move! Alpha forward! Attack!
かかります。こう。
Yes, right face!
ギュイーン。
Now, quickly, rotate! Support unit, Bravo, to the front! Alpha, take rear guard!
シャシャシャシャ。
Good, the target's losing his will to fight! Finish him off with Charlie!
待って、何？急に出てきたチャーリーって誰？
That tuft sticking up out of your head, obviously. Begin vibrating it at once!
これがチャーリー？えい！ブルブルブルブルブル！
With feeling!
ブリブリブリブリブリブリブリブリブリブリブリ！にゃー。
Well, honestly, cherry cough drops slap. They do in fact slap. That's usually what I just get when I get a cough. My mom tried to give me cough syrup. I'm like, no, I want those cough drops. They taste good. Give me those.
乗ってない？
He is indeed.
あんた、この状況を見て何か言うことは？
Analysis complete. Abnormal perspiration. Animal on head. Eyes like a dead fish. The above 3 points conclude my observations.
違う、事態が悪化したことへの謝罪とかないのってことでしょ。どうしてこうなった？
Because your head looked comfortable?
そういうことじゃなくて、これ追い返すどころか馴染んでるじゃないの。
True. The operation has failed. Retreat!
解散しちゃダメ。責任取りなさい。
God, you're hard to please. Guess I'll have to bring out my trump card. Hold your current position. I'll go and get a bucket of water.
ちょっと待って。今なんて？
I'm getting a bucket and water.
なんでそんなことするの？あんたよくそんなひどいことできるわね。
Cruel thing. Did you think I was going to dump water on the cat?
じゃあ何するの？
Sit on the bucket and drink the water and take a break.
なんで急に休憩時間に入っちゃうのよ。そんでお水まで飲んじゃうの？バカなの？
I like cherry drops more than candy. I don't know about that. Did you just make light of water breaks? You maggot! Are you underestimating the horrors of dehydration? By the time your body is asking you for water, it's already too late. Regular, moderate fluid intake is absolutely crucial!
いや、分かってますから。その部分をバカって言ったわけじゃないよ。だから、熱く語らないで。
Oh, sorry. Couldn't help myself. Well then, I'll be getting that bucket, so stand by!
待機しない。この状態を早くどうにかしなさいよね。これじゃあ猫かぶってるってみんなに言われちゃうでしょ。にゃー。
The shoe fits.
うるさい。
This is more bizarre than JoJo's, I know, right? No, seriously, it seems to have taken you quite a bit. If you want to drive it off, maybe sprinkling water on it really is the best option. You want to drive off the cat as soon as possible, right?
そうだけど、 でもそんなひどいこと絶対しないで。
It's just a stray cat, so I think I can. I'll get the water.
ダメだってば。猫ニャーがかわいそう。
Hmm?
うん。
Kitty... Meow?
言ってません。そんなこと言ってません。そんなことより早くこの子をどうにかしないと。
Right. Splashing water from a bucket it is, then.
それは絶対にダメなの。猫にこの猫がかわいそう何よ。
Is that his name?
何が？
Is that the name you gave the cat?
だから何がよ。
I'm asking whether you gave this animal that ridiculous name. Answer me!
違います。そんなこと言ってませんし、名前なんてつけてません。もう何よ。
Bumo.
ブモモー。で、さっきからちょいちょいなんで変な言葉を言わせてるのよ。
Oh ho, you caught on. I noticed this habit you have of repeating short phrases, so I was experimenting to see how far you'd go with it.
勝手にそんな実験しないでよね。こっちは頭の上に動物乗ってて忙しいんだから。
Pushoo.
プシやんないもん。
Intriguing. By the way, that kitty meow of yours has been licking your Charlie vigorously for quite a while.
にゃっぷにゃっぷにゃっぷにゃっぷにゃっぷにゃっぷ。いやー、舐めないで。私のチャーリーを。
Shall I drive it off?
お願いします。でも水はかけないでね。それはダメだからね。
Understood. Alright. Here we go. As I take my first step forward, the cat leaps off Michiru's head and runs off somewhere. It's a bit anticlimactic, but I fulfilled Michiru's request. And yet, Michiru's glaring at me in apparent displeasure. You'd almost think she really didn't want me to scare all the cat off. Good for you. It ran off.
ありがとう。
You don't look particularly happy.
そんなことないもん。ああ、せいせいしたわね。猫にまとわりつかれるなんて本当にうんざりしちゃう。あたし、どっちかっていうと犬が好きだしね。
As Michiru speaks, she's gazing fixedly in the direction where the cat disappeared, her expression wistful. That's a shame.
そうね。残念じゃないわよ。猫うざい。超うざいんですけど。
Yuji passed the intimidation check. Yeah. That aside, I'd consider thinking a little harder next time.
何をよ。
The name, Kitty Meow, is a bit...
猫いなくなってスッキリスッキリ。さあもう今日は何して遊ぼうかしら。ルールルー。
Even as Michiru spits out those strange words, she's walking off in the direction that cat disappeared. She's clearly gotten attached to it. Why hesitate to admit she's fond of the thing? Why not just be honest about it? Maybe there's something else going on here. Then again, expecting a deeper reason from a girl who named a cat Kitty Meow might be a little too optimistic. And as mysteries go, that cha-la-la as she left also qualifies. Although it seemed like nothing more than a bizarre shriek, perhaps it's a special cipher that will reveal a coherent message when parsed with a certain algorithm. Don't think so. I mumble to myself in self-derision. Habits are persistent things. Even when your circumstances change, they tend to stay with you. Take meal times, for example. I ate at 7 in the morning, 12 in the afternoon, and 7 in the evening. If you know the time, you know how full my stomach is. My sleep patterns are even easier to understand. Unless I'm working or have something to do, my eyelids naturally grow heavy after 10 p.m., and I'm asleep by 11 p.m. at the latest. Even if I don't set an alarm, my eyes open on their own every morning, and usually find the clock reading 4:45 a.m. After spending 15 minutes half asleep in bed, I slowly rouse myself and apply the eye drops I keep cool in the refrigerator. Next, I drink a bottle of oolong tea, replenishing the fluids I lost through my sweating in my sleep. A quick check of the weather outside my window, and I change into my sweats and head out for my daily run. These are more rules than habits for me at this point. Today, as usual, I alternated jogging with wind sprints, responding to the echo of the drill instructor's whistle inside my head. But at this very moment, outside my empty dorm room, a far from routine incident was beginning to take shape. I was heading back to my room after my run, planning on a quick shower and some breakfast, when I noticed something unusual. Suo Omane was skillfully moving her slippered feet down the stairs, careful not to make the slightest sound. The instant I saw her movements, precisely those of an agent on an infiltration mission, I instinctively hid myself in the shadows. I'm now watching her every move. Suo Omane. That woman. Could it be? There's a cold, sticky sweat on my forehead, and it's not the product of my daily exercise. Wait, okay. Am I her target? Amane's holding a key in her right hand. Glancing cautiously around her surroundings, she moves to my door. She takes great care to unlock it with a gradual, silent movement. Just as I thought, it's my room. I consult my watch. It's still early morning. There's only one reason to sneak quietly into a man's room at this hour. Assassination. I don't want to believe it. I don't want to believe that Suo Omane is an agent working for some unknown organization. But now that I think back, there are a lot of things that didn't make sense. She was aggressively friendly to me from our very first meeting, never showing a hint of embarrassment at pushing herself onto me, and yet she's never showed any particular interest in my past. Just how convenient is that for me? Her lack of interest in my past makes sense if she'd already received an overview of my background. At a glance, she's just your typical horny big sister roleplayer, but that could be a front hiding a killing machine, a woman who takes lives as naturally as she draws breath. I hadn't read her that way, but that's probably because I let down my guard. Unbelievably sloppy. If my master was alive, she'd knock me on my ass for this one. A convenient woman like that is obviously too good to be true. But even as I reproach myself, my chest is burning with bitter sadness. Oblivious to my silent regret, Amane eases my door open and begins to inch her way inside. Amane speaks in a whisper, probably a safeguard against the possibility that I'd awoken earlier than she expected. When there's no response, she continues to move into the room. I quietly follow, concealing myself in the shadows to avoid alerting her to my presence. Of course she finds my bed empty. Amane looks around the room quickly, and after a moment opens the door to my bathroom and pokes her head in to continue her search. What exactly was she planning to say if I had been taking a shower? She's just stealing food, isn't she? I don't know, soldier. We'll see. Say what? Wait a second. Suo Amane... Did you seriously sneak in here for that idiotic... No, hold on. Could she have noticed my presence? Is this all just a masterful farce? Suo Amane, you're one hell of a woman. Very well. Let's see just how long you can keep up this little act.
それにしても物の少ない部屋ね。
Mind your own business. I'm working on it at my own pace.
そのくせ結構散らかってるのよね。服は脱ぎっぱなしだし、飲みかけのウーロン茶のペットボトルも出しっぱなし。
They're going in the laundry later anyway, and I was going to finish that after my run, okay?
ダメだ。我慢できない。片付けちゃおう。
She's finally ready to lay her trap? Or not. Amane picks up the bottle and starts to gather my scattered clothes from the floor.
あれ？これって畳んでないだけの洗濯済みじゃないわよね。
For some reason, Amane unfolds the clothes in front of her face, buries her nose into them, and begins inhaling their scent.
洗剤の匂いはするけど、なんか微妙に男臭い匂いもする。
So, Amane, are you a dog?
やばい。なんかこの匂い結構好きかも。
Oh no. Or rather, a bitch in heat? Are you a pervert, Suo Amane? Hey, what now? Why are you staring at my bed? Wait, you... Don't tell me. Hey, yourself! Did you seriously just jump on my bed?
やっぱり男臭い。
And now, she's pressing her face into my sheets and snuffling loudly.
もう臭いな。男臭いったらありゃしない。
Oh my god. Twitch can't get mad at me. They had this as an approved game by category. Don't stick your face in my bed. Don't shake your ass around. Don't stick your face in my bed and shake your ass around. This girl really is a dog in human form. This is turning into a hentai.
やばい。なんか頭クラクラしてきたかも。
If you press your nose against the covers and inhale over and over, of course you're gonna get lightheaded from lack of oxygen. More importantly, is this what I think it is? If I'm reading this correctly. Oh my god. Oh my god. This woman is, in fact, a horny big sister role player!
いけないわ、ユージ君。ダメよ、我慢して。
Allow me to correct myself. This woman is, in fact, a sex-crazed maniac. In parentheses, big sister roleplayer. Drunk on the man stink that's apparently lingering in my bedsheets, Amane wriggles her body, breathing roughly through her nose. Oh god, oh fuck. But watching her shameful display, I feel more relieved than anything else. At the very least, there's no assassin this stupid. Now that I think this over calmly, there's no way anyone would arrange such an elaborate assassination for me. A traffic incident would be more economical, and the cleanup after the fact is much less troublesome. All that suddenly ridiculous tension I've been filled with leaks out of my mouth. At this point, I finally notice that I'm very thirsty. Moving relatively quiet, I open the door to my fridge and retrieve a large bottle of sports drink. I twist the cap off and drink directly from the bottle, gulping down a mouthful of cold liquid. As the chill soaks into my parched throat and the electrolytes coursed through my strained body, I realized just how worked up I'd been over nothing.
いや、そんなとこダメ。
Within her fantasy, I've apparently begun to reach my hand toward Amane's underwear. She's very concerned about this for some unclear reason. At this rate, I'm going to get a real show free of charge. What to do? Maybe the gentlemanly thing would be to go back outside, then noisily pretend to return? With that thought, I start to turn my drink to the fridge, but just as I separate my mouth from the 2-liter bottle, the liquid inside sloshes around vigorously, making a surprisingly loud sound. Unfortunately, that sound shatters Amane's delusion just as she's begun a slow, inviting wiggling of her hips. She springs up out of bed, her eyes wide open.
ユージ君？
There's no time to hide. I'm standing there with a sports drink in my hand, staring at Amane, and she's staring right back.
いつから？
For a while now.
だからそれっていつからなのかな？どのあたりから見てた？
If I honestly tell Amane that I saw the whole thing, she might be hurt. Maybe I should be considerate and tell her I didn't see anything, but at this point that would be way too barefaced a lie. So, the middle ground would be to say I only saw the last part? Let's see. I think it was, "Ah! You can't, Yuji-kun!" Or maybe, "Stop! Restrain yourself!" Huh? What's wrong? You're sweating like crazy. Want some of the sports drink? I already took a swig, just so you know. Is?
黙って見てるなんてひどくない？
Why? Should I have sung a song to help you get in the mood?
嘘、やだ、なんで？
Her legs buckling underneath her, Amane drops to the floor with a thud, covers her face with both hands, and breaks down in hysterical tears. Look, I'm the one who should be screaming here. Coming back to your room to find a woman wriggling around in your sheets? I don't remember learning an appropriate response to this particular scenario.
やだ、私、もうお嫁行かれへん。
Look, on the bright side, at least you noticed me before you started rubbing my pillow between your legs, right? Right?
何の慰めにもなってないわよ。
Hey, Amane! Amane pushes past me and runs away screaming, still hiding her face in her hands, although from the state of her ears, I can infer that it's bright red. What am I supposed to do with this woman? It's hardly that big of a deal. But apparently I'm the only one that thinks so. A good hour later, it's time to go to school, but Amane's locked herself in her bathroom and shows no signs of emerging.
おーい、あまねー。どうしたのよさ。お腹痛いの？違うの。ちょっとしておいて。下痢なの？アメーバ赤痢なの？違うの。今は一人にして。じゃあ逆に出ないの？詰まってんの？
違うってば、私のこと放っておいて。
ああ、ごめん。もしかして生理？お薬持ってくる？
I can definitely see why Makina is up there in your favorite character, Soldier.
違うんだってば。
じゃあまさかもしかして産んでるの？
違う
Well, the exact details aren't any of my business, but it seems that Makina's persistent siege eventually convinced Amane to leave the bathroom.
まったくもうあまねえのせいですっかり遅くなっちゃったのよさ。もう走らないと遅刻なのよ。
だからごめんってば。
Don't be too harsh. Amane has her reasons.
ごめんね、お兄ちゃんにまで付き合わせちゃって。ほら、あまねえも謝りなさい。
ごめん。
Don't worry about it. This is almost my fault in a way. I'm dying, bro. I know.
つうか、あんたのせいでしょうが。
っていうか、何があったのよさ。
This is too funny. That's why this freaking is one of my favorite visual novels. It's great all around. I'll tell you when you're a little older, Makina.
話さなくていいから、一生黙ってていいから、お願いだから。
You can practically see the question mark floating over Makina's head as she tries to get a grasp on the situation. Meanwhile, Amane seems to be trying to get through this by force of will alone. The three of us leave the dorm and begin to run toward our classroom. What's wrong, Makina? You're falling behind! Run!
私走るの嫌いなのに。あまねえのアホ。
だから何度も謝ったでしょ。
Alright then, Makina. I'll teach you a wonderful song that makes running more enjoyable.
歌？何それ？どんな歌？
It's called a running cadence. At my old school, we sung there all the time when we had to run. Repeat after me, got it?
おい。
Suomare is a bitch in it!
あまねはいいなんだ。
Rolling around in a man's bed sheets.
男のベッドで身もだえる。
ちょっとその歌。
Good for you!
Good for you.
Good for me!
Good for me.
Good!
Good. なんで？面白いじゃんさ。
Well then, shall we take a leisurely walk and sing some nice nursery rhymes instead?
それこそやめなさい。シャレにならないわよ。
Although I'd been considerably trying to turn the whole incident into a joke that we could all laugh it off together, things didn't wrap up that neatly. Makina enjoyed the cadence to call more than I'd expected. And when she got Sachi to join in a loud chorus during PE class that day, our classmates naturally started talking about the lyrics. Amane's response was to hang her head deeply and vaguely mumble, I don't even care anymore. The smile on her face at that moment was truly hollow. Oh my god, I just found the best picture ever. Oh, send it in the Discord or just DM it to me. Either way. I would like to see this best picture ever. The moment I leave my room, I'm met with a shrill voice from the lobby.
私はそれを決めた場にいなかったもの。
それでもたまには全くしょうがないわねって言いながら参加してくれるのが優しさってもんじゃない。
たまにでいいなら今日は参加しなくてもいいってことよね。
I sent it to you. Oh, okay, let me check this out. That is pretty good. I like that. Very nice. Where'd you find that?
ガグキ。あんたはまた人の揚げ足とって。
From what I can gather, Michiru is trying to drag Sakaki into some sort of group event. So, do those two dislike each other after all? I ask Amane, who's watching the fight from the sidelines, to clear up a point of confusion.
仲が悪いってわけじゃないと思うけど、ほら、お互いの性格がね。
I was looking at pictures in the Machina and that came up. Oh, don't Google the characters. You'll get spoiled on some stuff. But that is a good picture. I see. Michiru tries to bring things together as everyone's leader, while Sakaki avoids excessive contact with those around her. It's only natural that these two would come into conflict pretty frequently.
それにこの年になってまでおままごとを楽しむ気はないわ。
あんたね、いい加減にしないと私も本気で怒るわよ。
そう、それなら私にも考えがあるわ。
おう。
ふんだ、別にそんなの全然怖くないんだから。
Judging from the way she isn't backing down, even with that box cutter in her face, Michiru's gotten a little heated herself. Shouldn't we stop this?
そうね、二人が言い合うのはいつものことだけど、そろそろマキナも怖がり始めたし。
I took down to find Machina hiding behind Amane's back watching the scene fearfully. If you want, I can try to calm them down.
それなら大丈夫。私たちには大魔神がついてるから。
Huh? A demon lord?
じゃあ、さっちゃん、お願いね。
わかりました。
And so the fearsome demon lord, or rather Sachi, slowly advances towards their prey. You crazy? Sachi's obviously not cut out for this role.
やっぱそう思う？
No offense to Sachi, but when it comes to stopping an argument, I think he'd be more effective, Amane. Jotaro versus Dio got nothing on that image. I know, right? Oh, Yumiko, you're approaching me? I can't cut you with the box cutter unless I walk closer. Ho ho! Then come as close as you like.
普通はそう考えるわよね。でも実際は違ったの。
There's a precedent?
そう、あれはユージ君以外のみんなが揃ってすぐの頃だったと思うけど、その時も今と同じようなことが起こって、最初は私が止めに入ったんだけど、結局2人は言い合いをやめてくれなかった。それで藁をもつかむ勢いでさっちゃんにお願いしてみたんだけど、そしたら
She pulled it off?
しかも私やマキナが驚くくらいバシッとね。
あの時のサッチかっこよかったのよさ。
This is a little hard to swallow, honestly.
それはこれから起こることを見てれば嫌でも納得できるわよ。
Seeing is believing, is it?
みちる様、榊さん。
何よサチ、今私ちょっと忙しいんだけど。
私も話なら後で聞くわ。あまねさんにお願いされているので、それだと少し困るというか。
それより早く その物騒なものをしまいなさいよ。
ならそっちが先に考えを改めてくれる？
私は二人にお話があります。みんなが困っているので喧嘩をやめてくれませんか？
やだなあ、サチ。私たちは別に喧嘩してたわけじゃないわよ。ねえ、榊さん。
ええ、そうね、松島さん。
What the hell is that? She just asked them and she did a crappy job of it.
でも効果てきめんでしょ。
True, the wind has completely gone out of Michiru and Sakaki's sails.
きっとサッチ二人の前でブチうわーって顔してるんだよ。
Speech 100.
どうして広島弁出た今。
What's with you? Bro, my internet is dying. No! No! Don't take away my soldier. Let's see. So this is the nature of her demonic powers. Hey, Michiru. Seeking further details, I capture Michiru as she totters away from the scene.
何よあんた、こんな突然。
Why did you stop arguing just now?
あんたはまだ本気のサチを見たことがないからそんなことが言えるのよ。
Sachi has a serious mode?
そう、よく目で人を焦がすとか言うでしょ。
Good thrill. I've heard if looks could kill, at least.
そうとも言うやつ。サチのあれはまさしくそれよ。
I'll still be here, just might be behind. Oh, I got to. In other words, when Sachi needs to, she can fire a glare powerful enough to kill?
その通り。しかもあの目は間違いなく10万馬力は出てるわね。
At minimum. If Twitch would let me turn down the video quality, it would fix it, but can't for some reason. Huh. Yeah, I think Abbyzab said this once, that the streamers can never control the quality options. That's literally all up to Twitch. And sometimes the stream has it, and sometimes it doesn't. I don't know. Michiru continues to mumble to herself as she sits down on a nearby sofa.
やっぱり私、小峰さんが一番苦手だわ。
Sakaki, for her part, is unusually pale in the face.
これが一見気の弱そうなさっちゃんがクラス委員を任されている理由。ここには個性の強い学生が集まってるから、いざって時みんなに言うことを聞かせられる人間がいないとまずいじゃない？で、それができるのは私じゃなくさっちゃんだったってわけ。
So it seems.
さっちゃんはよく「分かりました」って言って何でも頼み事を引き受けてくれるけど、さっちゃんの「分かりました」は私たちにとって問題の解決とイコールなの。
You really place a lot of trust in Sachi's abilities.
そうなのよ。実は怒らせると一番怖いのはサッチンかもしれないんだから。ガオーって。
It seems like I may have been underestimating Sachi. Hey, Sachi.
はい。
There's more to you than meets the eye. That was pretty impressive.
ありがとうございます。
さて、榊さんも参加してくれる気になったみたいだし、 早速ボードゲーム大会を始めましょうか。
Have fun. Don't worry about the noise. I'm the type who can sleep next to train tracks.
何言ってるの？ユージくんもやるのよ。
What?
みんなで遊ぶって言ってるんだから、当然あんたも入ってるに決まってるでしょうが。
私も強制参加させられているのだから分かっているわよね。
なのよね、サッチン。
はい。
They'd been going at it like cats and dogs just moments ago, but all of a sudden it's an utterly united front. Maybe a little late in the game to realize it, but I seem to have ended up in a pretty troublesome school.
A 液と B 液を混ぜる作業、何度やっても手が震えてくる。頭皮のズキズキを想像すると憂鬱になってくるわね。でもこれをやらないと色が綺麗な金髪でいられないからな。やけどしたみたいに痛いけど仕方ないのよ、みちる。我慢しなきゃ。ああ、そうだ、一応皮膚に保護のためのクリームを塗り塗りと。ではこれを頭に。はっ！いや
ー Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stop right here for today.
セーブするわ。
We will figure out what made Michiru scream like a monkey in peril next time. But I want to thank everyone for coming and stopping by, even if it was just for a moment. And I want to thank Soldier, big ton, especially for sticking through the whole stream. I always appreciate you, Soldier. Let me go ahead and
終了するの？
this.
分かったわ。
It's a spider. Yeah. But, yeah. Today we're going to raid a very good VTuber friend of mine. Her name's Dragon Fate. Dragon Fate Z A8. Let me go ahead and type it in. And as always, when we raid, we always want to go ahead and just start it off with a nice calm Raid Shadow Legends in all caps. As always, you know how we do. But yeah, it's just like I said, I appreciate all of you, and I'm always happy to have y'all come in and drop by, even if it's just for a second. And yeah. Oh, shoot, I got an ad. Give me just a second. Raid Shadow. See, you're ready, Soldier. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and type in the raid. And we'll be ready to go. After the countdown ends. Alright, my mochis. Let's raid!
And the whole cat suit thing just turns out weird. I see. Raid Shadow Legends, huh? How was it? How was your stream? Thank you for the raid, sweetheart. How you